set to get underway. Another elimination game, this time a rematch. The previous matchup, Sacramento City and Orange Coast College. These two teams met back on Saturday night in the nightcap of day one. Opener for both teams. And it was a 6-1 win for Orange Coast. Miles Sandom gets the call on the mound for the Pirates. The winner moves on for a matchup against El Camino tomorrow, the championship round of this double elimination tournament. Meanwhile, the loser of this one finishes their season here in 2019. What a great run it has been for both of these teams. Sacramento City battling in the Big 8 with San Joaquin Delta all season long. Ultimately, San Joaquin Delta able to win the regular season conference, but earlier today, it was the Panthers that got the final word here in the Final Four with a 7-6 win in 16 innings, ending the season of their conference rival, San Joaquin Delta. And if you don't think that meant something, I heard the players talking about it in the line waiting for food in between games, and they were pretty happy to get the last word on their longtime rivals.
Stoyanov with some investigative reporting.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? Base hit for Sayre to get things started against Sandom, making his 10th start of the season. 4-0, the record, an ERA of 4.29.
Well, we might have some clubs of destiny with Sac City escaping the Delta game. El Camino with the wind of destiny behind them. And now we have the ultimate north-south matchup.
And that'll bring up Galati.
And another one of our wows and hows.
Yeah.
Sayre with very good speed at first. The left-hander Sandom will work from the stretch. Adam Serrano gets the call in left field, making his first appearance of the championship tournament. Skylar Lamanchi in center. Davis De La Refugee in right. David Morgan at third. Joey Fregosi gets his first start at shortstop. Tommy Williams at second. Murphy Staley at first. Tyler Lash behind the plate. Miles Sandom on the mound. Snap throw down to first, and Sayre back. No balls and a strike on Galati, who came into action today batting .344 with 5 home runs and 38 runs batted in.
Often that throw and a back pick like that, the tag needs to come from fair territory. When the tag comes from foul territory, he's usually safe.
Taking too much time.
But tough to deliver the left-handed hitter. He's trying to drag, and he's running out of the box a little prematurely. So
Kevin Sines back behind the plate. Due up next. TJ Wheeler at first base in the cleanup spot here in the top of the first.
Sines, an incredible story, and we were able to clip out a highlight. We'll have that for you when he comes up.
I had a chance to chat with him in between games.
Oh, yeah?
Remember last year I had my chat with Kevin Kyle. And today I had my chat with Mr. Sines.
Swing and a miss from Galati. He's in a hole now, no balls and 2 strikes.
And he's like, so where do I know you from? I said, probably from singing your praises the last 2 years. Just an incredibly polite young man. Oh my gosh. And we just talked about his success, and then he had a little struggle early, and he's like, oh my gosh, that was horrible, wasn't it? And I go, what happened? I said, you forgot about when you hit a 2-run bomb.
The throw over and Sayre back, and yeah, it's been a great bounce back story for Kevin Sines, off to a bit of a rocky start, but turning it around at the plate, and obviously perhaps no bigger single swing of the bat than that home run in the bottom of the 7th, with the Panthers facing elimination, trailing 6-4, tie it up, take it into extra innings, where they win it in 16 earlier today. Bouncing ball, Williams to his left, gonna go to second. Nice pick by Fregosi to get the force. I'll tell you, Williams, there must have been a sore temptation to think about taking the sure out at first, but knows to get the lead runner.
Yeah, the hesitation by the runner to have to let the ball get by, has not run into contact. Gave Williams that chance.
If we get a moment here, we'll play the clipped out home run from earlier today, but just as you said, Jeff, one of the most incredible hits in terms of pressure and clutch situations from a player that had been struggling. in the field.
9th home run on the season for Signs. Stands in here from the right side against the left-hander Sandem, and a throw over and Sayre back.
And Coach,
or I should say now it's Galati.
You talked about it. Here's the home run from earlier today. Just launches it, and the wind not really blowing out at that time, but Signs giving it a ride and tying it up at 6-all. Eventually, Sacramento would win in 16 innings. But how about him coming up to you and saying, hey, I was terrible. The amount of accountability there, sometimes at this level, you don't often see that, and that is a testament to his character and his character development by his coach and leader of Sacramento City, Derek Sullivan.
Well, and that's what I said to him. I said, just, he's the epitome of the kind of player Sully has, and just a presence about him, as a catcher would have, as a sophomore would have, as a leader would have. But, what a contribution to our society to have a 20-year-old young man that's, going to lead the world when I'm, drooling and eating popsicles.
I thought I saw you doing that earlier today, Coach.
Well, you try eating a popsicle without drooling.
You guys brought in a hot dog after 5 hours, and I was shut out. That's why I was drooling.
Hey, I tried to offer it to you. You said no. Didn't have your specified condiments on there.
Bones, we just assume you're a health guy. You wouldn't deign to have a hot dog.
I try to be.
We didn't want to poison you with a salt missile.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Signs.
But it's kind of to the point I might have eaten anything at that point. I'm a little bit of a got to watch my diet here and some things I've gone through. But
lunch got pushed back, didn't it? That first game.
Did we have lunch? I missed breakfast.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Signs, who came in batting .294.
But we're working on it. And this is game 3 of day 2. SCC versus OCC.
Yeah, we're back to a north-south battle here after intergeography battles in the first 2 games.
That is incredibly close, and crossing the plate very likely from the left-hander in Sandem.
But there's Keith.
That kid.
There's Keith
back working his second game.
Fan of the weekend.
He's not afraid of a long day.
Is it Daniel for El Camino, Coach?
Danny. Danny's from Elko. Keith is from.
Round 1 went to Danny.
Yeah.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Signs. On the inside corner, Sandem gets the punch out. 2 down. And that'll bring up Wheeler. Wheeler came into action batting .284. 2 home runs, 26 runs batted in as you get a look at the movement from Sandem.
When they battle, Danny and Keith, we're going to call it the game of bones.
I like to see them face off. You know how you see boxers face off, day before press conference? Let's see them face off maybe in the stands. A bit of fun.
Yeah, they're not vicious guys at all.
No,
they're
not
just
at all.
fun-loving guys. I ran into Keith out there. And we saw him here at the table earlier. Just polite. It's awesome.
Catches the outside corner to Wheeler. No balls and a strike.
Sandem with a paint gun out there, Coach.
Yeah, he looks like the left-hander they had, Rylick, early. Maybe a little more velocity, but
a little bit more velo.
It must be the beard.
Could be.
Is that a playoff beard? Breaking ball.
I don't know anymore.
In for a strike.
Everybody has a beard.
I don't.
I saw 3 ladies in the market the other day with a beard. It's just vogue. It's just going on.
It's a good thing it's not last week. We're in trouble right now, Coach.
0-2 on Wheeler. Daniel Walsh would be next.
Jeffrey might got a little scruff going too.
Yeah, you got a little salt.
I don't even qualify as a beard. It's only scruff. That one gets away from Lash, and Galati will move into scoring position at second base. The count now 1-2 on Wheeler.
Yeah, Stoy sporting some long white grains of rice coming out of the face.
Facial hairs.
Yeah, it's multicolor now.
It's all right.
There's a new color in the picture as the years pass for me.
It's all right, Jeff. It depicts wisdom.
Hey, look, David Sanborn, the head photographer, the only photographer official for the 3C2A this weekend, took a picture earlier. I got to tell you, my hairline hanging on by a thread.
Slow roller toward first. Staley going to underhand to Sandem, covering to retire the side. A leadoff single, but it goes nowhere for Sac City. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base through half an inning. Sac City, nothing. OCC coming to bat. Bottom of the first inning. It'll be Lamanchi, Williams, De La Refouche for John Altobelli's Orange Coast College Pirates. We'll be down to 2 at the conclusion of this one.
Pat
El
Doyle.
Camino waiting.
Pat Doyle says hello.
Hi, Pat. Throw any numbers on TJ Smith just yet, Jeff?
6-3, the record with an ERA of 4.26. 19th appearance on the season, but just his second start. So Smith gets the call.
Well, we're to the time of the tournament losers bracket where you got to get that somebody to surface
on the biggest stage. He'll step up here.
Beard or no beard, you got to produce now.
2 balls, no strikes on Lamanchi, who came in batting .310. No home runs, 17 runs batted in. Had a couple of hits in the game that just concluded against El Camino, an 8-2 loss for the Pirates.
Well, if I played in a 20-inning game, I'd probably have a couple hits too.
Or beard.
Or beard.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
I can't grow one out, Coach.
Well, if I grew one, it would be look like somebody
is-
snowed on my face.
Is that because you can't or because Francis wouldn't allow it? 3 balls and no strikes.
I think it's both.
Well, I'm
in there for a strike.
I applaud Francis.
You should.
You can't get any more handsome. No need to put a beard on there. You can kill everybody here. You already have a 300 in bowling.
3-1 to Lamanchi, and he draws another walk. Lamanchi continuing to live on the base paths. 2 hits and a walk
Stolen
in the
base.
loss to El Camino, and now starts off with a walk here against TJ Smith, and that'll bring up Williams.
Tommy, terrific. Or what a nice play in the top of the first to take out the lead runner.
He's just been a solid player. Solid player.
Coming to Orange Coast from Texas. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes on Williams. Comes in batting .365. 2 home runs, 24 runs batted in.
I was reading the write-up done by Anthony Altobelli about his journey to OCC, and he's a bounce back, and he did his homework. He went to the table, went to the drawing board about how can I further my baseball career, and one of the teams and one of the programs in the United States that stood out was OCC. Contacted a former player. Wanted to gauge his interest through, I guess, trying to figure out, is this going to be a good place, good fit for me? And he said, absolutely. You're going to get some. You're going to get some exposure. You're going to get some eyeballs on you. And the Pirates seem to have a home here. It's the second consecutive year that they've been up here.
A couple back-to-back titles.
Lamanchi with a bluff towards second. Stays put, and now it's 3-0 on Tommy Williams.
John Altobelli in his 27th season. That type of stability in the program, Coach, just speaks volumes in terms of the credibility, because there's so many other programs with good coaches and good programs and good support systems, if you will, and OCC stands out above most.
Yeah,
I'm going to conference up here with TJ Smith, who's off to a bit of a shaky start after walking Lamanchi. He's way behind to Tommy Williams. Ready to go. 3-0 on Williams. That one a little high and tight. So back-to-back walks. And De La Refouche will come up. Came in batting .369, 1 home run, 31 runs batted in.
Coach, obviously OCC here, even though playing back-to-back after the loss to El Camino, Sac City with a marathon 16-inning win over the defending state champs.
Well,
you got to give them the edge in terms of OCC, but Sac City, they're a gritty bunch.
well, I wouldn't count either club out. They have something that maybe happened to them negatively, a 16-inning game that they won, and they hung around for a while, and tough game they just lost, but OC's back. I wonder Down base with nobody out already. Got a pitcher struggling to find the zone.
A ball and a strike. Mike Carr, the home plate umpire. Javier Navarro at first. Pat Rivera at third. And finally, Smith gets the called strike. It's a ball and a strike on De La Refouché.
Looking for a spark.
That one bounces in, 2 balls and a strike. And this is a very, very tough lineup if you're struggling with control, because they're incredibly patient all throughout the top of this order. They love to take you into a deep count if they can.
They're like Val Kilmer's character from Top Gun, the Iceman.
Pluralize that, it becomes the Iceman.
He's going to wait for you to do it.
Two balls and a strike.
Grammar police over here. You know I love it.
It's ironic. Grammar's terrible. Lash waiting on deck.
That's like me saying I'm a bad bowler.
Good speed on the bases.
You're not.
No, you are not. Lamonchi and Williams. That one fouled away by De La Refouché. Count evened up, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So the ultimate in verification, holding your son, Owen. You threw a strike with him in your left arm.
He gave me a high five.
He gave you a high five and you buried it. You carried the 5-pin.
And what's the over-under on Owen's first 300 game? You know it's coming.
Probably before 20.
2-2. Fouled away.
Well, he got the fever in that one.
De La Refouché.
Big O and little O.
32 strikeouts on the season for De La Refouché, and that is far and away the team lead.
Brother Oliver, Big Brother O, and Big Daddy Mike.
Big Daddy's correct. Tiny Mommy. Granddaddy Jorge.
How's he doing?
Doing all right. Hanging in.
It's trouble.
Jammed him. Could drop in. It will for a base hit for De La Refouché. They're going to hold up Lamonchi at third.
With good reason.
And bases loaded. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first, and the Pirates with a big-time opportunity to put some runs on the board and give Sandem a bit of a cushion here.
TJ Smith finding the zone a little bit better, but also finding the barrel.
That ball wasn't hit that well. That ball was inside a little bit. Really not the best swing, but it landed on the grass first, and that means you're safe. But remember, I think we counted, Sac City had 21 pitchers on their roster. They might need to use a few today and tomorrow.
Might need to empty the clip, that's for sure.
Should
First
they be in
pitch
tomorrow's ball game?
to Lash, misses for a ball.
Let's remind everybody you can catch all of our coverage on SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube. Anything with the YouTube app, search the channel. You can watch this in a hotel room. I didn't even know that until yesterday.
You can?
Yeah.
How would you do that?
Popped up on a plate. Sure, all you have to do, Bones, is just take your phone into the hotel room and bring up the YouTube app.
You could do that, but the TVs, and we're at the Spring Home Marriott. I don't know if they have this at the Wyndham. No offense. But they have an app on the TV. They've got the YouTube app. You enable it, and then you search our channel, SoCal College Sports 1. You watch it in your hotel room. Watch it live. You can watch the archived copy. Please subscribe if you have a minute.
Bouncing ball, it gets through for a base hit. They're going to wave the runner around, the throw in, not in time. Williams slides in, and Orange Coast grabs a quick 2-0 lead on a 2-run single by Lash.
Another pitching change here already.
Quick
Well, if you're
and
Derek
good reason,
Sullivan,
Coach.
yeah, you can't afford to wait. With TJ Smith struggling at the outset. And that will do it. We'll have a new pitcher for Sac City. Come back and give you the details. 2-0 OCC. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Edmund Noriega, the new pitcher for Sacramento City. And he inherits 2 runners on, still nobody out in the bottom of the first, and the Pirates with a 2-0 lead with Murphy Staley coming to the plate. Staley came in batting .380. First pitch from Noriega misses for a ball.
I think we saw Mr. Noriega yesterday as well.
We did. This is his 21st appearance with a record of 4-1, an ERA of 4.35.
Looks comfortable coming out of the pen.
Well, this is what you call long relief for Noriega.
The longest of relief.
Bounces one in, 2 balls and no strikes, and Pirates at this point content to take as many pitches as they can. As first it was Smith, now Noriega. Still having trouble locating the plate. 2-0 on Staley. Way high with the fastball. Now Staley well ahead, 3 balls and no strikes.
Not the best start for Sac City, however, it's very early. And we know how scrappy Sac City can be.
On the inside corner. 3 balls and a strike on Staley. Staley coming in 2 home runs, 39 runs batted in. And, you know, in such a long history with so much success at Orange Coast, of course they've had scads of talented players come through. But I'm feeling this is somewhat typical of a John Altobelli team. Kind of a grinding team. You look down the numbers, there aren't the crazy power numbers from this team, but more just guys who know how to get on base, work counts, and can hit the ball. Well, but no big home run numbers for this team. They're going to move things along and make things happen.
Well, obviously they have 27 years at the same institution with great success. You're selling tenants to your players.
That one skips away back to the backstop, and another run will come across for the Pirates on the wild pitch.
Tough
De La
start.
Forêt with the 3rd run of the inning, and still nobody out. 1 ball and no strikes. The count on Jacob Gentry, who moves from left field to the DH spot.
Jacob Gentry, who's a little bit due. Should he get a ball to drive here, this might be an opportunity for him.
On the ground to second. Skips away from Walsh. Able to go to first to retire Gentry, but on the play, Lash comes home with the 4th run of the inning.
Quality at bat. Get a runner in, get a runner over on the same at bat. Put him in position to score the 5th run of the inning.
So now runner at 3rd, 1 down. And Morgan coming to the plate. Takes the breaking ball for ball 1. Morgan comes in batting .306. 2 home runs, 34 runs batted in. The infield comes in at all 4 positions for Sacramento City. Here in the first inning, already the feeling they can't let the Pirates get too much more on the board.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt.
It's already a 4-run first inning. 1-1 on Morgan. Noriega from the belt, swing and a miss from Morgan.
This would be a big out right here. Maybe settle it some. Get him back in the dugout, the next hitter, and move on.
Ball and 2 strikes on Morgan. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Noriega fans Morgan for out number 2, and that's bones potentially a very big out. You keep a run possibly off the board here.
Good pitch.
Just drops right over the outside corner.
Get it where it needs to be. And
it's a beauty.
I'll bring up Adam Serrano, who gets the start. in left field. Comes in batting .329 on the season. No home runs, 16 runs batted in. First pitch from Noriega in there for a strike.
Getting out of this here keeps it within a distance. You know, it's still not going to happen here too often, but it's still a one swing inning if they can put something together. So feeling good about Sac City.
And Noriega starting to warm to the task, and the location better. He's ahead now, no balls and 2 strikes on Serrano. Couple of hits, 3 walks, and a wild pitch here in this first inning. The Pirates have jumped out on top. Ground ball to short. McClary gathers, goes to first, low throw, but dug out nicely by Wheeler to end the inning. 4 runs on 2 hits. No errors, or I should say, no errors, 1 left on base. We're through 1. Orange Coast on top of Sac City, 4-0 on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Sandem back out for the second inning. He has been staked to a 4-0 lead, as it'll be Walsh, Sorelli, and Kobayashi coming to bat for Sacramento City. Well, they had to come back earlier today after giving away an early lead against San Joaquin Delta. One more time, it looks like Bones here, they're going to have to come up with something. No balls and a strike. They have faced elimination 4 times in this postseason. This is number 5. Can they keep it alive, get a crack at El Camino tomorrow, or will it be Orange Coast in an all-South battle for the 3C2A baseball championship?
Well, they are not uncomfortable for them because they've been there. So just draw on that experience, take 1 at bat at a time, and scratch away at this left-hander who looks solid at the beginning of the game, and Coast looks pretty tough. They look revitalized.
0-2, and Walsh down on strikes. Sandem goes to the hook. First out, that'll bring up Sorelli. Nick Sorelli came in batting .254, but 4 home runs in 59 at bats, so he is a power threat.
And he's had impressive at bats the entire weekend. Been off the field a little bit when they faced him less, but they've gone to him now to try and exercise his power.
Miles Sandem with a fastball on the outside corner, and bottom half of that first, Smith couldn't really seem to find a groove at all, and Sandem very much the opposite right now for the Pirates. He has come out, and he is dealing early. High chopper to third. Big hop for Morgan.
Strong delivery by Mr. Morgan. That was good throwing strength right there.
2 down.
The ball is on the line.
After a leadoff hit by Sayre, Sandem has set down 5 straight, and that'll bring up Kobayashi. Kobayashi with a big game earlier today. Got things started for Sac City with a 2-run single in the first inning. Boy, doesn't that seem like a while ago. Tries to check his swing, went around for strike 1. Kobayashi
been productive most of the weekend. He's had quality at bats. Be a good time to step up and get one going here.
Came in batting .298, no home runs, 17 runs batted in. Off speed misses for Sandem, a ball and a strike. Ground ball.
Enough play.
Fregosi to his right and a strong peg across. Gets Kobayashi to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Sac City in the top of the second. 4-0 Orange Coast. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championship Day 2 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Noriega working into his second inning of relief. And he will face Joey Fregosi in the top of the order. Skylar Lamanchi, Tommy Williams for the Pirates, who sent 8 to the plate in the first inning en route to a 4-0 lead. Fregosi in for Tristan Hanoian at short. Swung on. Fly ball left field toward the line, but Kobayashi, covering a lot of ground, has it for out number 1. So a quick out to start the second inning. That'll bring up Lamanchi, who walked his first time up. Lamanchi 2 for 3 with 2 walks in the first meeting between these two teams. And back on Saturday, and with the walk in the first inning, he's now reached 5 of 6 plate appearances against Sac City, so a thorn in their side at the top of this Pirate order. No balls and a strike. Noriega kicks and delivers. Lifted to left. And Kobayashi camped under it for out number 2. That'll bring up Williams. 5 in a row set down by Noriega. Walked the first batter he faced, but able to get the Panthers ultimately out of that first inning. And now trying to have a 1-2-3 inning of his own here in the bottom of the second. But he'll have to get Tommy Williams first, who walked his first time up. Fastball just high for ball 1. And Mike Carr, by all appearances, bones a little bit tighter of a strike zone than we've seen, it would seem.
My general comment is the strike zone is the strike zone.
Yep.
And that's what should be called.
That's in there for a strike. Curveball from Noriega and a ball and a strike. Yeah, you know, I think when you have that, it's more about what's being called.
Correct.
In terms of, it's consistency, I think, is what anyone will tell you on both sides that you really want.
That's
on the ground to second. Walsh knocks it down, gathers, and gets Williams at first to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Noriega. Moving to the third, 4-0 Orange Coast. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Gaini leading things off in the top of the third. He'll be followed by Nick McClary. And then the top of the order, Dan Sayre against Miles Sandem. He's worked a scoreless first two frames. The Pirate lineup has given him a 4-0 lead. That one bounces in and back to the screen. 2 balls and no strikes on Daini. Comes in batting .289, 3 home runs, 27 runs batted in.
Sac City, a couple quality at-bats right here. Maybe taking a strike. Get this inning started, see what happens.
Bones, I think if you're Sac City in this situation, you just need to start with winning an inning. You're only down 4 runs. And now Daini, 3 balls, no strikes.
We just go one base at a time till it happens.
Breaking ball. And Daini has the walk on 4 pitches. So the leadoff man aboard. And that'll bring up McClary. McClary batting .245 coming into action today. No home runs, 11 runs batted in. Sandem slowing it down. Fastball fouled back and out of play.
Wasn't taking a strike there. 4-pitch walk, come out swinging first pitch. Staying aggressive.
Sandem now ahead in the count, no balls and a strike. And this becomes an important hitter with the dangerous Dan Sayre. Waiting in the on-deck circle, bounced in. Lash able to block just enough of it to keep Daini at first. A ball and a strike.
Nice job there. Safety on the bases at this point. Kind of station to station. Don't want to run yourself out of a potential inning.
And Lash, who's been the designated hitter for the first couple of games, gets the call behind the plate. Sandem ready. Blows the fastball by McClary. A ball and 2 strikes. And Sandem just another live arm for Orange Coast. And
again, as Emery referenced in game 2 today, is that the ball when it's up, it's a little more attention from your eyes earlier, and you tend to chase that thing up. And that's why you see people pitching up and down these days vertically.
A throw over, and Daini back. A ball and 2 strikes on McClary. Well, it's a little cool, but a beautiful evening
The clouds
here in Fresno.
are still with us to keep it a little bit warmer, but
Not much wind at all. As Sandham bounces that one in again. Blocked nicely by Lash. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
we'll keep that wind down, keep us warm in here in this exposed confine that we are in for SoCal College Sports.
I'll tell you, I embrace the cold. So many Memorial Day weekends spent at about 95 to 100 degrees out here.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I'll take a little cold. 2-2. Sorry, Matt, you were going to say as Sandham gets the strikeout on McClary. Finds the inside corner for out number 1.
No, I was just going to say that if it were a typical Memorial Day weekend in Fresno, we'd be covered on all 4 sides with tarps, but not this year.
It was fans blowing on the equipment, trying futilely to keep it cool. So 1 down, and that brings up Sayre, who singled his first time up. First pitch, and he pops it up in back of second. And it's Fregosi. Puts it away for out number 2. That'll bring Galati to the plate. Well, Sandham was able to bear down nicely in the first after Sayre led off with a base hit. Get out of the first with no runs, and appears to be on his way to doing it again as Daini leads off with a walk, but he's been able to settle himself and get McClary on a strikeout and Sayre on a pop out. And now he will face Galati with Daini still at first base and 2 down. Fastball low. Ball and no strikes on Galati. Galati was 1 for 4 in the matchup between these two teams Saturday evening. Breaking ball. Galati couldn't quite pull the trigger. A ball and a strike.
Good take. That's not the pitch he was looking for right there.
Galati retired on a fielder's choice, his first time up. Went after the fastball and came up empty. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. Well, if you're El Camino and you're looking ahead to tomorrow, it's not an easy choice about who you want here. It's a very dangerous Pirate team, and if Sac City were to come back and win this, you'd be facing one of those teams that just doesn't know how to die, Bones.
That's true. That's an El Camino replica.
And that one cued foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Whatever happens, El Camino have their hands full, as will the opponent will with El Camino. So continues to be good ball games. I mean, we've had good ball games the entire weekend.
Absolutely.
The weekend's just about up.
Hit hard toward first, but picked nicely by Staley, who will take it himself to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 3rd in Orange Coast with the 4-0 lead over Sac City. De La Refouché will lead things off for Orange Coast. Heart of the order due up against Etman Noriega. De La Refouché, Lash, and Staley. Pirates leading it 4-0. Trying to get a return date with El Camino tomorrow. Breaking ball in there for a strike for Noriega. De La Refouché, a base hit his first time up, eventually came around to score in that 4-run first. The 0-1 from Noriega, back to the breaking ball, and again in for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. De La Refouché 1 for 3, hit by a pitch. In the first meeting between these two teams. Lifted to right. Can of corn for Galati.
It was.
1 down. That'll bring up Lash. I think you got to be impressed right now, Bones, with the way that Noriega's came in and
done his job.
Yeah, settled things down. And
the
now
energy is on pause now for a moment.
If you're the Panthers, if you could just string together a couple of hits,
that would be the plan.
Deep drive right center field. Sayre on the run, looks up, it's out of here. Wait.
No, it's not.
No, caught at the wall. Okay. My apologies. In the night sky here, lost it in the deepest part of the park. See Sayre just on the track.
In the dark of the track.
Yeah, 2 down. He kind of disappeared into the shadows and prematurely gave 1 to Lash, but 2 down. Base is empty. Staley will be the batter. Foul it back. No balls and a strike.
So Noriega is continuing to take control of counts now, which is different than the beginning of the ball game. And as Emery stated in game 2, it's a 35% change. That first pitch strike, and that leadoff man retired. So Staley trying to step up, do his job. Excuse me.
Yeah, and he's got Staley now.
Noriega.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Trying to step up, do his job, and chip in here to hold the Pirates at bay for a while, if possible.
Right. On the ground to third. And Diani with the high throw. Staley going to be safe at first. Wait and see if this goes down. It was going to be a close play at first.
You got to think that's an error, Jeff. But
yeah, good view of it here from behind, and yeah, I think a good throw gets him, no question, and indeed it'll go down as a 2-out error on Diani, and that'll bring up Gentry as the Pirates will have another out.
You don't want to give the Pirates too many extra outs. They've already been productive in the ones they've had. So.
Yeah, and for Noriega in such a groove, it's the kind of thing that you hope if you're a Panther fan here that doesn't upset the rhythm. It can so quickly get away from you. He bounces 1 in. 1 ball, no strikes on Gentry, who is 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up.
Kevin Signs, he works hard back there, hard, and he's a pillar for that pitching staff.
Yeah, the sophomore leadership, no question, from that catcher spot. One and 0. Ripped but foul. Ball and a strike. 1-1 on Gentry. Who's 0 for 5 against Sac City pitching so far this weekend. Big swing and a miss on the Noriega fastball. A ball and 2 strikes. Trying to get a chant going for the Pirates.
He's got a little help over there today.
But it's a content Pirate contingent here right now with a 4-0 lead as they bat in the bottom of the third. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Signs throw down, and it's going to head into center field, but all for naught as it was strike 3 on Gentry. That'll do it for the third. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on base heading to the fourth. 4-0 Orange Coast. Kevin Signs set to lead things off. In the top of the fourth, it'll be Signs, Wheeler, and Walsh. 3-4-5 against Miles Sandem. Sandem has been outstanding through 3 innings. And if you go back through the postseason history here in 2019, look for Miles Sandem, you don't find much. No appearances here in the postseason for Sandem. And he gets called out here for a huge start in an elimination game, and he has been outstanding.
Well, when you come to the loser's bracket, there's usually a pitcher or two that steps up that hasn't been as regular during the course of the year.
Get out of here.
High drive for Signs, back near the wall.
Get out of here.
And it's off the wall, and Signs into second. And Signs wants the home run, and he's got it. Hard to tell there. Signs hustling into second, and this one wrapped around the fair pole. And now Signs in double digits with 10 home runs. And will it be a Signs home run that ignites the Panthers?
Could it be a sign?
You see that one come down in fair territory, but the ruling is that one over and out. And Signs with a solo shot. And Sac City on the board against Miles Sandem. It's a 4-1 game. High and inside to Wheeler, who grounded to first his first time up. And Wheeler.
Is that the spark that they're looking for?
You have to believe, if you're a Sac City fan, that Wheeler is due.
He's right, let's go.
So far, on the weekend, Wheeler is 0 for 10. 2 balls and no strikes the count.
Let's go, bang.
Sandem into the wind. Misses low and outside, and now the Panther faithful are getting into it. They've got something to cheer about, Bones, with the Signs home run, and now Wheeler way out in front. 3 balls and no strikes.
The faithful are always faithful. Keeping the faith.
So Wheeler works the walk.
Even got Danny substituting as the mascot for Sac City right now. El Camino has left their super fan here to do some work for Sac City.
And here comes pitching coach Tim Matson. He wants to talk it over with Sandem.
Good trip. Just an unsettled at bat. He's been in control. And he's a ground ball away from putting a dent in the inning. So
we'll try to get Sandem back on track, and Walsh will be the batter. Struck out his first time up. Walsh also struggling somewhat at the plate over the weekend. Looking for his first hit against the Pirates. Sac City fans making some noise, and Walsh had a big cut. A swing and a miss, and a count of no balls and 1 strike.
Aggressive. They stay aggressive.
Well, signs showed him that you can get one out of here in the night air. Flag absolutely limp. No wind out here. It's going to be a little bit heavier trying to get one out in the night air. A ball and a strike.
A little heavy, a little cloudy, but we're warming up.
Trying to work on the center field shot for you and get that back, and it looks like the boys have got it. Inside, 2 balls and a strike on Walsh. Nick Sorelli waiting in the on-deck circle. Sandem kicks and delivers and misses again. 3 balls and a strike, and Sandem, things starting to unravel just that quickly.
He's got to step up here, and Sac City's got to make him throw strikes. No need to hurry here. Take your time.
High pop fly into shallow left, and Fregosi able to squeeze it for out number 1. And that'll bring up Sorelli.
Walt's got a decent pitch. It's got a little underneath it. He was on time, but a little bit uphill.
First out of the inning for Miles Sandem. And Sorelli, who grounded to third his first time up. And you talk about the good swings he had in the first matchup between these two teams, where he went 2 for 4 and hit the ball hard 3 times.
He's got a dangerous bat.
Off-speed pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Kobayashi in the on-deck circle. 1-0 on Sorelli. Off the end of the bat, blooped behind third. And Morgan backing up to make the catch for out number 2.
That had some unique spin on it. That fooled Mr. Morgan at the end there.
Left fielder, number 52, Maimu Kobayashi.
So Maimu Kobayashi will come to the plate. 2 down now. And Wheeler still at first.
2 straight outs after a visit from pitching coach Tim Matz. Looks like it paid off. It was timely.
Well, does he go out there and remind a guy like Miles Sandem, who appears to have pretty good stuff, that he can go ahead and challenge these guys a little bit more?
Well, I just think he needs to just pitch his game. I mean, that's the thing you want to settle. Don't get out of rhythm, because they're going to get hit every now and then. Every now and then you leave it in the middle and they're going to hit it. But you got to stay competitive and stay with what got you here. This guy's on a championship team.
No balls and a strike. Lash keeps it in front. A ball and a strike. Kobayashi grounded to short. His first time up. Another ball in the dirt, and Lash staying busy behind the dish. Kobayashi, a couple of hits in the tournament so far, but one of those 2 hits plated 2 runs in that big first inning for Sac City as they eventually outlasted San Joaquin Delta 7-6 in 16 innings earlier today. If you're wondering why, we're pretty much still just getting started here at 8:30.
Yeah, this is we're pretty close to last call, I think, Jeff.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't mind if I do.
Last call at your famous pool hall where you demonstrated your skills last night on a rainout.
Telling them about it, Matt. We won one for the short guys. Well, you're not really short. You're
Well,
very much average, but in this particular crowd.
Yeah.
How's it feel, Matt, to be called very much average?
Strictly in terms of height.
Oh, okay. just checking.
I think compared to Mike and Emery, everyone's average.
Yeah. It's all in jest. We're having a good time.
Or in my case, extremely short.
No one
2
needs
balls,
to be
2
offended.
strikes on Kobayashi. Sandem looking to get out of the inning. Bouncing ball to short. Fregosi with a little trouble now gathers and gets Kobayashi by a step. A small adventure, but Joey Fregosi up to the task.
Stayed with the play.
To retire the side. The Signs home run gets Sacramento City on the board. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th with OCC on top 4-1 on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
What department are you in?
It'll be Morgan, Serrano, and Fregosi in the bottom of the 4th. Morgan struck out his first time up. As Edmund Noriega, who has worked 3 scoreless frames in relief for Sac City, gets to work here in the bottom of the 4th.
Maybe his biggest frame. They just scored a run, changed the energy a little bit. You hang that 0, get back in that dugout, and you don't know what can happen.
1-0. Morgan swings and lifts this one foul. Out of play on the right side. A ball and a strike. There's a good look at Edmund Noriega, making his 2nd appearance of the championship tournament. Working from the stretch, and the fastball high, 2 balls and a strike on Dan Morgan. Excuse me, David Morgan. Believe I said Dan. 2 balls and a strike.
I think the super fans on your way there.
Yeah, a lot of Dans this weekend. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
El Camino superfan is Dan E., from what I understand, as reported by El Camino Athletic Director Colin Preston.
Well, who better would know?
I don't know if he's on the payroll. He works in Colin's office. I'm not sure. But like Keith, he's everywhere for the Warriors.
Foul back. Does Noriega almost have a little bit? Is that sort of reminiscent of Hideo Nomo, that sort of stop, that little pause in the middle? It's not even a little pause. That's quite a pause.
That or Kenley Jansen mixes that up a little bit every now and then with the Dodgers.
What do you make, Bones, of the decision to work from the stretch? It's something that I think you see from pitchers who regularly come in relief. Popped up on the infield. Daini for out number 1.
To your point, Jeff, I think the stretch is comfortable. You got fewer moving parts, a little easier to find your rhythm. You get a windup, you got a lot of things going on, and your windup, you kind of want to get to that point before you go down the hill anyway. So maybe Mr. Noriega and the Sac City staff feels he's more effective that way and gives him greater confidence, and that's what you want. You want to be effective, you want to be confident, and do the best you can for your club. So if that's what makes it, if that works for him, then that works for the Panthers.
Here is Adam Serrano. He grounded to short his first time up. Noriega tries the fastball and misses. A ball and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes on Serrano. 4 runs on just 2 hits for Orange Coast. No errors, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Sacramento City. It's the Pirates bat in the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 from Noriega. Called strike 1.
On the breaking ball, get it in there, breaking ball, get his rhythm back, get even in the at bat. That just shows the hitter that he's got control of 2 pitches.
We've seen that pitch be very effective this weekend, and you have to imagine that there's some degree to which the batter is going to sit on a fastball in a certain zone, and that breaking ball, you can throw it with a measure of impunity because the likelihood is the batter really just looking for a specific pitch in a specific zone. It's probably not going to be offered at by the batter.
Well, he's that kind of effectiveness with it. It does change the eye level.
2-2, and the count now full. Noriega doesn't get the call.
Seen Serrano make a little adjustment. He's moved up in the box to try and take that pitch away. Doesn't feel he can throw the ball by him. So Adam is on the dish. He's up in the box. He's inviting the ball in, and we'll see if he can get it there. He's on that front line.
Payoff pitch from Noriega, and he walked him.
4 straight breaking balls.
That is the 4th walk issued by Sac City pitchers, the 2nd by Noriega. And going back to the first meeting between these two teams on Saturday, it was a couple of hit by pitches and some walks, and the Pirates really able to scratch runs across, building up their lead in the early part of that ball game. And the blueprint continues here into the second meeting between these two teams.
The difference in that first game, obviously, is Orange Coast got off to a good start because some poor defense, but now it's a matter of they've had some freebies. Mixed in a couple hits. 8
walks and 3 hit batters for Orange Coast in that first matchup between the two teams. That's a lot of base runners put on there by Sac City, making their job a little more difficult. Fregosi at the plate now, and a count of 1 ball and no strikes. Fregosi flied to left his first time up. Fastball from Noriega, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
All of a sudden that pitch doesn't have the command he's after. 2 fastballs for balls in the previous at-bat. His last 4 pitches have been out of the zone with that pitch.
Check swing and fouled away. 2 balls and a strike. Throw over.
Very close. Good footwork.
Serrano. No steals on the season. Again, they'll throw over. Joey Fregosi, the sophomore, batting .257, coming into action. 1 home run, 17 runs batted in. And Noriega misses again, low and away. 3 balls and a strike.
He's having trouble with that part of the plate.
Isn't it funny how you could be cruising along and 1 walk just seems to throw you off for a period of time, it seems.
Saw Miles Sandham react negatively to the home run. Needed a visit, settle him down. Might need the same here for Mr. Noriega.
Fregosi tried to hold up. They're going to appeal down. He didn't go around. And it's back-to-back walks to the 8-9 hitters, and now Noriega will have to deal with the top of the order. Lamanchi and Williams, who have been outstanding all tournament long. And we'll have a pitching visit as they'll come out to talk to Noriega.
Again, as we close the day here, we need to be reminded of what the day was all about. And we hopefully your family and friends had a safe and wonderful Memorial Day, and took a minute or two just to remember why we're here, how we're here, and the benefits that we share as a country. So again, hats off to all our vets from the past and currently, the men and women have done great jobs to allow us to enjoy the game, enjoy the day, and just enjoy the things that we have in our life. So again, servicemen and women, we salute you, we thank you, we honor you, and we are grateful.
And we just happen to be sitting next to one. Matt Henson. And thank you for your service, sir.
Well, you know, I'll try to say what I can here before we get into this next pitch here. But, yeah, you know, it's an emotional time for many veterans this time of year. And I'll continue that thought after this pitch.
Lamanchi at the plate with 2 on. Throw back to second.
But yeah, it's you know, it's an emotional time for many vets this year, if not all. You know, as we remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our freedom and our country. You know, so definitely the support is much appreciated.
Well, and likewise, and we honor you, Matt, for what you've done for us.
Thank you.
Noriega pumps a strike in there. No balls and a strike on Lamanchi. 4 for 8 on the weekend so far with 4 walks. And as an on-base percentage of .667, pretty good for your leadoff spot.
Ooh, I'd say.
The 0-1 pitch. Low and away, a ball and a strike on Lamanchi. And Noriega in 3 1/3 innings. No hits allowed, but he has walked 3. So his trouble here in the 4th of his own making. And we'll see if he can get out of it, dealing to a couple of very tough hitters in Lamanchi and then Williams next. if Lamanchi can stay out of the double play. Down the left field line.
It'd have to
Kobayashi out of room.
Be a pretty well hit ball at somebody to double up Lamanchi. He runs very well. And Skyler is integral in that top spot, obviously, as you shared with those numbers. Tough out, tough competitor, and a long list of battling Pirates.
Lamanchi was retired on a fly out to left his last time up. 1-2. Fly ball, left field. And Kobayashi has it for out number 2. Serrano and Fregosi stay at first and second. And here comes Tommy Williams. He grounded to second his last time up. He walked in the first, came around to score. The 4-run inning for the Pirates in the first inning, the difference so far in a 4-1 game.
Noted the man retired after the visit by Derek Sullivan, so these coaches know what to say to their young men to motivate him to the next step.
Gets Noriega back on track, and not a moment too soon as he'll work to Williams, who's putting together a nice weekend at the plate. 3 for 8 for Williams. He's walked 3 times and been hit by a pitch. So the top 2 hitters for Orange Coast have been on base 15 times in 24 plate appearances combined.
Good golly.
Fly ball right field, and Galati will have room.
And he's gotten out of it.
Noriega settles down, gets out of the jam. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on base heading to the 5th inning. Orange Coast with a 4-1 lead over Sac City. Date with El Camino in the championship round of the tournament on the line here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Very good. There's Old Glory making a statement on our day.
Bit of a profile view with no wind here. Not unfurled in all her glory. 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Diani, McClary, and then the top of the order, Dan Sayre against Miles Sandom, who has limited Sac City to 2 hits and the 1 run roped into left center. This will drop in for Diani. Lamanchi over to cut it off, but Diani digging hard will head into second with a stand-up double.
Good start for Sac City here in the top of the 5th.
Diani hit it hard. And Sac City trying to chip away at that deficit.
Looking to string a couple of these together. to excite the faithful, to warm up the crowd. Is again, there's blankets on people's laps in Fresno on Memorial Weekend. How often do you see that?
Pretty much never. McClary will square to bunt, take that pitch for a ball. McClary struck out his first time up. Bunted on the right side, cut off nicely by Sandem, who will win the race to the bag, taking it himself. And that's a ball that could have been all kinds of trouble if it gets by McClary. He's the last line of defense there for Orange Coast, and instead it goes down as a sacrifice. Daini advances to third as you take a look at the replay, and it's a nice play by McClary, or I should say by Sandem, fielding his position for out number one, but another run now 90 feet away for Sac City.
That last bounce came up just high enough for me to get down and get it. It stays a couple inches below, might be by him.
That'll bring up Dan Sayre, who's 1 for 2. Singled and popped out. Sayre has swung the bat well all weekend. Sayre's now 5 for 13 in the tournament. Orange Coast going to play back at least up the middle.
And that's a smart play at this point, and Sayre needs to recognize that. Of course, he wants to keep the rally going, but you don't want to leave that run 90 feet away with making it a committed at bat. You saw a sacrifice bunt that was trying to be for a hit, but they're trying to scratch their way back in Sac City way.
Morgan and Staley about even with the bags at third and first, and Sandem misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes to Sayre. Galati on deck. And I think it's time to start talking about Kevin Symes being in the hole with a couple of home runs on the day. He is starting to be a batter that affects things a couple of batters in advance. Sandem misses with the fastball. Sayre walks on 4 pitches. 2 on, 1 out. Galati coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Grounded into a fielder's choice and grounded out to first.
This may be Sandem's last hitter with Signs on deck. Right-hander warming in the bullpen. Take this left-left matchup here.
Galati struggling at the plate in the tournament so far, and we've seen that over and over again. And a player struggling, more and more it becomes playing with fire for the opposing team.
Now the right
what is it that you say, Bones? The power of percentages?
Yeah, the power percentage. The right side's open. He can hit a 38 hopper to the right side, and that's going to be a base hit and a run.
Sandem's fastball in there for a strike. No balls and a strike on Galati. Well, Cole Vanden Helder went the route on Saturday for the win for Orange Coast. And I shouldn't say that, actually. Inman did come in briefly to finish that one off, the victory over Sac City going back. So Vince Inman has made a couple of appearances. Ben Davis has made an appearance. And Rylick, of course, with the start earlier today. But a lot of options for John Altobelli and that pitching staff for Orange Coast.
And he seems to have, a good 10, 12 arms on the club.
And I think with the exception of Vanden Helder and Rylick, everyone available and could make an appearance.
There are a handful of guys we haven't seen just yet, but their turn may be soon.
No balls and a strike. I think in a tight game here. Slow roller right side. Williams charges and he bobbles it. Everybody's safe. A run comes in. We'll see if this goes down as an error on Williams or if they call it an infield hit. No, it's going to be an error.
It should be an error.
So Galati reaches on the Williams error. Daini scores from third. It's first and second, still only one out. And it's Kevin Sines at the plate representing the potential go-ahead run.
Kevin needs to stay patient here, not be too aggressive, be smart.
Big swing, and he fouls that one up into the lights. No balls and a strike, and I think Kevin was thinking about challenging that left field wall again.
He might have been looking breaking ball there. He's a little tardy.
He's won that battle twice today.
He has.
0-1. Sandem ready, kicks and delivers the fastball, and he blew it by Sines on that one. No balls and 2 strikes. Hey, look at Rare back and fire.
The way Kevin swings the bat, he might have been guessing there a little bit. He just looked a little bit behind. Now he needs to compete in that zone.
High fastball again, and Sines down on strikes. That's a big time response from Miles Sandem.
We got a little help from Mr. Sines. I think he was just excited. Again, need to compete in the zone. The ball was out of the zone, but again, that elevated fastball, your eyes light up. You can see it so much sooner and chase it a little earlier.
And that'll bring up the lefty TJ Wheeler. Breaking ball from Sandem misses. 1 ball and no strikes on Wheeler. And Wheeler still looking to break through in the tournament. And for the Panthers, this would be the ideal time. 2 on, 2 out. A 4-2 lead for Orange Coast. Fastball from Sandem at the knees. A ball and a strike. Walsh would be next if Wheeler could keep it alive. Sandem with a look back at second. Another strike at the knees, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wheeler.
Wheeler needs to stay in the at-bat here, young man. Look for a ball below your hands and let it get deep and trust your ability.
Called strike 3. The breaking ball freezes Wheeler. Sac City threatens, but they settle for 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on base. Halfway through this one, Orange Coast with a 4-2 lead. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the 5th inning. De La Refugee, Lash, and Staley 3-4-5 due up against Edmund Noriega in a 4-2 game. Sacramento City chipping away. Swing and a miss from De La Refugee.
It's a big
Singled
bucket.
and flying to right. Breaking ball and a swing and a miss from De La Refugee, and quickly no balls and 2 strikes, and Noriega works now into his 5th inning
Doing a
of
great
hitless
job.
relief.
Did a great job. And again, they hung a run. They're hanging in there, and they're hanging zeros. And you get this leadoff man retired and keep the momentum going in their way.
And in something of a strange status, this one's popped up on the infield. As down goes Mike Carr behind the plate, but he's up, and the ball is caught for out number 1. Something of an odd stat in this one, guys. Sac City has out-hit OCC despite the 4-2 score, 3-2 in hits.
You've had some freebies.
Yeah, 4 runs on 2 hits. That's efficiency, brother, for Orange Coast.
They've had some freebies.
In the words of Keith.
I'm gonna bring up Lash. I couldn't do justice to the Keith
I said
brother
words,
call. Yeah.
That tone or volume level. Quite impressive.
First pitch to Lash in the dirt, a ball and no strikes. He's 1 for 2.
Story we go back to Saturday. It was the freebie 90 feet fire sale from Sac City and OCC.
Yep,
It really
absolutely.
plagued them in that one.
We talked about that. 8 walks, 3 hit batters. And Sac City just, for a team, and Bones made the point, you reach this far and have had as much success as this program has had. It's just an odd, poorly played game for Sacramento City, and I have to imagine that the guys in the dugout would be the first to tell you that in that Saturday loss. Just something of a Twilight Zone type performance. 2 balls, no strikes. Came back and vanquished San Joaquin Delta. Fly ball right field. Galati moving over, but it's Sayre who will cut it off and take it for out number 2.
Well, Coach, I think you and I would both agree, and so would many others. Big stages oftentimes induce Twilight Zone type performances, and uncharacteristic from the Derek Sullivan coach ball club, some of the mistakes that were made on Saturday.
Agreed, but also from a coaching's perspective, sometimes those are the easiest ones to flush. Those are the ones that, that 15-2 and where you don't play catch, those are easier to flush because it's not something that you usually do.
Staley at the plate with 2 down and the base is empty. Bunted in the air toward third and foul. I'm going to put the question to you here in the 5th here. Your feeling on this one here, and this is not science, just going with a gut instinct call. Do you think the Pirates need to put some more runs on the board here ultimately to get this one done? What's the feeling on the last 4 innings here? Sacramento City starting to chip away, and it's 4-2, but the Pirates have been good on the mound.
Well, I think the thought would be get a couple runs and
I know they'd like to get more runs. I think we can agree on that.
don't give Sac City a reason to think they can come back.
Yeah.
As Mr. Noriega puts this forward for them, each pitch he throws as get another lazy fly ball.
Yeah, in on the hands.
They keep
This
thinking
one's
they
sky
can get
high
it
to
done.
center. Sayre's got it.
And
Another 3-up, 3-down inning for Edmund Noriega.
Sac City's the kind of team, you give them a little thought that they're in it, they're going to be in it.
Getting pumped up in that Sac City dugout, but the Pirates still have the 4-2 lead as we head to the 6th inning on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Brothers here in San Diego right now, man. Bang.
Walsh, Sorelli, and Kobayashi due up. Panthers trailing it 4-2.
You know, we made some comments about Mr. Noriega, but Sandham's help kept him in the game as well. You know, that it's a straight number both times, and though they've scratched a run in the in the fourth and the fifth.
Yeah, it was
he's hanging in there as well.
One mistake to Signs for one run, and then you think back to the error by Tommy Williams, lifted to right, plenty of room. And De La Refouché
Trying
with
to
the
catch
catch in front of the track.
Stay under the lights there, I think, for a minute.
But after the error by Williams, when it would have been so easy for Sandham to maybe get a little down or get a little rattled, and what does he do? He comes back and he fans Signs and Wheeler back to back to end the threat and get out of the fifth. And now Sac City batting here in the sixth.
They had him on the ropes, and he took himself off. That trip by Coach Matz was important.
Sorelli's 0 for 2, grounded out and popped out, and he called time. And Sandham ended up sending that one all the way back to the backstop.
I wonder if we can see what Sandham's upset about.
They probably just wanted to make that pitch. I'm guessing, Bones.
I think I'll plead the fifth on that one.
Meanwhile, pitch misses for a ball, 1 strike, the count on Sorelli. Sorelli 2 for 7 on the weekend. Low, 2 balls and a strike.
And Sorelli, who squared some balls up, he hasn't been as effective against a left-hander, but don't make a mistake.
Good fastball for a strike count, evened up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sandham, 3 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts through 5 1/3. Sacramento City with 2 runs on the board, and now a full count on Sorelli.
I think Sorelli's going to have to hit the ball on that side of the plate, because I think that's where they want to get him out.
Breaking ball, got him.
That's that side of the plate.
Sorelli down on strikes. 2 down, bases empty in the sixth, and Kobayashi coming to the plate.
Great location. It's nice frame-up work by Lash.
Let that curveball get deep, got on top of it, made it look like a better strike than might have been.
All right, I'll give you guys your start of your trivia in the name of the year. Okay, I've had this one on mind. So we're gonna give you clues, and it's gonna be name the year.
Hope you boys are listening in the booth.
So the first clue is Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League debut.
Well, I want to say 89, but I think his debut was in 88.
One ball, 1 strike.
Which would be, on the math, almost 30 years ago. Just under 30.
I know that you only follow the current day, Bones, but we gotta widen it out a little bit.
Sometimes I can be narrow-minded.
I went with a Hall of Famer.
You said junior, right?
Yes.
He could have given you both.
Yeah, Ken Griffey Sr. would have been a pretty challenging way to start. Not saying there aren't some that would know the answer to that one, but I know I don't.
Stoy, was I right? I said 88.
Well, we're gonna wait.
All right.
Because we'll give you another clue.
All right.
We'll let when Bones can chime in here with his answer.
That's fair.
The clock's ticking.
2-2 on Kobayashi. Just
I will
outside.
Say 80. 7.
And the next clue coming in the next half inning.
That's what we
Foul
call
tip.
a tease.
Yeah, that's
kind
it.
That's kind of like,
Yeah, listen, I'm sure 4 people on the chat already have it right. But, listen,
they do?
we're going to keep it going.
they're looking at a computer.
Right. Well, you never know.
No, I shouldn't diss them like that.
We have 2 computers in front of us, but they're in use. So we don't really have that option. Of course, we have our phones.
I see 2 monitors and 1 computer.
Kobayashi with a 2-out walk.
I'm not going to cheat, though.
That goes against the spirit of everything we do. I have to cheat to confirm my answer, but I have to make sure before I give my next clue that I have the right year.
If you make up the trivia, you got to make sure that you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the most pressure is on me. That'll bring up Daini. He's perfect on the evening. A double and a walk in 2 trips. They'll throw over and Kobayashi back. Strike on the outside corner to Daini. No balls and a strike.
Could have been a skosh up, but top of the zone is the zone.
Oh, 1 from Sandom, and Daini now in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Sandom with a look at Kobayashi. And he gets Daini with the fastball to end the inning. 2 more strikeouts for Miles Sandom. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base heading to the bottom of the 6th. 4-2 Orange Coast. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Bottom of the 6th, Gentry, Morgan, Serrano due up for the Pirates. (4-2). OCC on top of Sac City. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, Bones, Tony Barbone with you on tonight's podcast throughout the weekend. And we had a bit of trivia teased for the bottom half of this inning. Jeffrey, name the year.
Ken Griffey makes his major league debut. Second clue.
Gentry lifts this one up to second. Walsh with a beat on it for out number 1.
Robin Yount wins his second American League MVP award.
I think it's 88. It's tough. Good delay from Noriega. Just a foul tip. Quickly 0-2 on Morgan. Morgan over 2 today, struck out in the first. Popped out to first his last time up. Timeout called. Revisit the trivia here shortly. We bring back Tony Barbone.
Did we get any live hits on that?
We did not. Not a lot of participation.
Most people are asleep.
It's really for you guys.
All the listeners are asleep.
Oh no, they're not asleep. Busy chatting away. I'm being told by our producer.
Ball and 2 strikes.
What would be the theme of the chat, Mike?
Mixed reviews.
Mixed reviews on?
I'm told it's the commentary. Some like it, some don't. Everybody's critic. 1-2, shot foul. I hear some of the teams that are struggling or that have struggled not too happy. But it is what it is. We do what we do, and just happy to be up here again. Another year up in Fresno on Memorial Day weekend. A pleasant Memorial Day to everyone out there. This one lifted to the gap.
A nice
base
play.
knock.
Well cut off right there.
Galati there quickly. Morgan on.
That is the
single.
first hit allowed by Noriega in 5+ innings of relief. And that is about as good a job as you can do in long relief.
Well, when you come out of the losers bracket, you need a lot of that. You're going to need a lot of that. We'll bring up Serrano.
Trying to give his team a chance here.
Well, he's a ground ball away. And we've seen tremendous double plays all weekend. Possibly can get another one here.
Low and away. Well, Jeff provided another clue on the trivia here, Coach.
I don't think I made it easier, though.
I don't think you did. Maybe you did for Bones here.
The answer would be the easiest.
1-0 on Serrano. Walked his last time up. There goes the runner. Hit and run was on. Foul back.
Enlighten me, Mike. The second clue was?
The same year Robin Yount won his second MVP. Did I get that right, Star?
Yes, sir.
That's why. Boy. I think I said 87, right?
You did say 87. The Ken Griffey rookie card came out 89. Upper Deck 89 Ken Griffey. But I want to say he made his major league debut in 88. racking our brains here, Stoy.
Rookie card 89. Let's see if he went here.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good job of holding up.
Yeah, it did. I think it was the right call.
Signs turning on it, doing a pretty good job there. What a turnaround this weekend it's been for Kevin Signs. 2-1, there goes the runner again. Foul back, 2-2.
It's good to see Orange Coast staying aggressive. You know, they haven't had a whole lot of activity since that first inning, but now that an opportunity got Noriega a little deeper into his count now. He's closing in on his 74th, 5th pitch here, and want to stay active.
Here comes a 2-2. Runner goes again. The stolen base for Morgan.
And Noriega just missed on the breaking ball, and it's a full count now.
See the replay here. Pretty good jump from Morgan. Even with a good throw, Signs wasn't going to get him.
Good jump, good speed. Runner in scoring position.
Good pitch to go on. Count full. On Serrano. Ferdosi on deck. Call back.
Battling.
Well, this is similar to Serrano's last at bat. And he worked against Noriega in a long at bat, eventually ending in a walk for Serrano.
Adam, sophomore infielder for the Pirates. Pirates here a year ago.
As was Sac City. A lot of familiarity.
As was
coming back.
San Joaquin Delta,
Yep.
our state champion.
The only team different was Mount Sac was here.
Congratulations to Coach Peters and his group once again for just a tremendous representation of their title. Tough ball games.
Meanwhile, for Noriega,
Great club, great passion.
back into a jam. Allows the first two to reach.
We'll have a pitching change here. Edmund Noriega, a fantastic job for the Panthers. But in a bit of a jam here, 1 gone, 2 on. First and second when we come back. Your new pitcher for the Panthers comes in. Relief of Edmund Noriega. Just a terrific job by Edmund. Keeping his team in it. Put up a bunch of zeros, but in a jam here. Killingsworth on. Jeff, what are the numbers on Dan?
Killingsworth making his 11th appearance, a record of 1-1, an ERA of 5.73 in 11 innings, 9 hits allowed, walked 10, struck out 12.
Coach, what are you seeing from the right-hander?
Well, it looks like he's only thrown one pitch that hasn't been around the plate. He bounced one to Kevin Sines, but the delivery looks smooth. Situation's tough. He just needs to kind of entice a ground ball, and they'll be out of the inning. But I think Ulysses got a strikeout per inning, so he's got the ability to bend one off. It looks like his curveball's got a little bite to it. He's fresh. All right, this is someone that hasn't been in a ball game yet this weekend, and it'll be his turn to help the Panthers move forward.
So Killingsworth on. Joey Fregosi, the batter. Morgan at second, Serrano at first. Back-to-back walks for Serrano. Fregosi also walked his last time up. Killingsworth pops the glove. Pretty good velo there, Coach.
On that outer edge, it looks like an edge guy, and looks like he likes the plate side mentality here, so looks like that's the strength of his effectiveness. Fregosi likes to hit the ball that way.
0-1 fouled back. And Fregosi quickly in a hole. 0 for 1 today. Flew out to left. Back in the second. Four to 2, bottom of the 6th inning. The winner gets El Camino tomorrow. The loser, season's over.
It looked like Mike Carr took a step back and wanted to talk to the Orange Coast dugout. And now we're ready to get back to it.
Comes the 0-2. That one high, ball one. Over the head of Sines.
Well, he almost made the leaping stab, but he couldn't quite locate it, and that was enough time for the runners to move up to second and third.
An effort to elevate, just got a little bit the floor too high.
Yeah. Wild pitch or fastball?
WP.
It's got to be a wild pitch. I'm going to agree, Bones.
I'm kind of protective of catchers. They work so hard.
They're a tough group.
They are the core of your engine.
1-2. In the dirt. How about Sines staying in front of that one?
57-foot breaking balls are tough to block. But you got good detail, good technique.
And as you would expect, Panther defense going to move in on the infield at all 4 spots.
Swap out the balls between Killingsworth and the home plate umpire. You see Keith, the super fan for OCC, trying to charge the troops.
He's still fired up.
It's cold out here, and he's not wearing sleeves.
Or pants.
Another fair assessment. The 2-2. High ball 3. What a scrappy bunch this Sac City Ball Club is.
They are. They're just, they're a pitch or two from getting out of this. They're hanging on and competing. It's a tough OCC team, so.
Second and third, 1 out. Trying to keep it to a 2-run ball game. That pitch inside, ball 4, bases loaded. And here comes Skylar Lamanchi. Lamanchi 0 for 2 today with a walk back in the first inning.
I think what's the problem for Sac City in this particular matchup is that they're playing a team that's also kind of gritty and really winning ugly this weekend, and a team that's more than comfortable doing just that in OCC.
So the first pitch on Lamanchi is high. And Coach, I don't suspect the bat's going to be coming off of any shoulders until Killingsworth can prove he can throw strikes.
That would be the percentage move here, is make the guy throw a strike. He's failing high off a tough leadoff hitter that forces you to throw the ball down.
1-0. High ball 2. And nowhere to put him. The hill becoming steeper to climb for the Panthers. In the bottom of the 6th, already trailing by 2. They have scratched a couple runs across in the 4th and the 5th inning. Came up empty in the 6th. And now in the home half, OCC looking to break it open. 2-0. That one high. Well, Jeff, you talked about how well Edmund Noriega had pitched in long relief here. Killingsworth struggling since he came in. 3-0, fastball, misses, ball 4. I'd like to see it again, because that looked like it was pretty on. Lamanchi bending down a little bit, shrinking the strike zone there. It's a 1-out walk with the bases loaded. It increases the lead 5-2. OCC on top of Sac City. Well, Coach, you shoot yourselves in the foot when you keep on giving away 90 free feet. You see it again this time, courtesy of a walk from Killingsworth.
Yeah, it's a tough way to go. Don't give your team a chance there, but tough to get, a marginal strike when you haven't thrown the ball around the plate. That's pretty normal.
Not much of a benefit of the doubt.
No, you really don't get that. So
thought Lamanche did a good job. Nice veteran move, shrinking down there to shrink the strike zone. Make that a difficult call. Looks like that hit Tommy Williams.
It was on the bounce, but it definitely hit Williams.
Yeah, we're going to have a pretty good look here.
It definitely bounced in.
Bounced in, and it hits Williams. Oh, right on the kneecap. He is smarting. Another run home. And Derek Sullivan is hot.
Horrible, Blue. Horrible.
ow.
Makes me want to pop a couple of leave. We'll have another pitching change coming up. new pitcher on for the Panthers, Colton Heyman. Jeffrey, what are the numbers?
Making his 12th appearance. No record, an ERA of 2.84, 12 2/3, 11 hits allowed, walked 8, struck out 9.
Heyman comes in, a massive jam. Already 2 runs across in the bottom of the 6th. 1 walked home, 1 hit by a pitch home.
Six
Bases
runs
loaded, only 1 out.
on 3 hits. Tells you a lot of the story. And this one for the Pirates.
Been a common theme with this same matchup. A pitch in there from Heyman, strike 1.
And Pirates just 1 hit to the outfield away from really breaking this one open.
Panthers in double play depth, hoping for that ground ball.
Signs gets away from him. Another run will score. It's Fragosi.
A wild pitch. And
Wild pitch. Heyman bounced it.
Kevin's been working hard all night. Pitchers
He's
have been tough on him.
He's had a tough go.
Yeah, like I said, what a pleasant young man. I had a chance to talk to him between games today. And gosh, he was just a joy to talk to.
He certainly redeemed his performance on day 1. That one through the middle. And Jeff right on cue.
There's the ball to the outfield.
Ball to the outfield. Another 2 runs will score. It's 9-2 in the bottom of the 6th. The floodgates have opened. The Pirates looking to move on to Championship Tuesday at John Eulis Ballpark. That was DeLaurifiche. Here's Lash. Pitch outside. Pretty good weekend at the plate for Davis DeLaurifiche.
Also, did he throw somebody out from right field earlier? Is that Saturday? Did he have the big
I believe
play?
you're right. He had a
big play.
1-0 in the dirt. There
Great
goes the
hustle
runner.
by Kevin. Great hustle by Kevin.
Also gets
Great
a
job,
throw
Kevin.
off, but DeLaurifiche in the second with the steal. Another runner in scoring position. Orange Coast comes in as a team that is no stranger to putting runs up in big numbers. So you have a crooked number right now in 5 on the board. Bottom of the 6th. Lash skies this one. Taken care of by McClary. Route number 2. Against Murph Staley. Staley's such a tough out in this lineup. Batting in the 5-hole.
scoreboard has it with 1 out, but did the inning start with a Gentry flyout? Is that right?
We have 2 outs on the screen. The board might be a skosh tardy.
I wonder if we can get word from the booth. There's 2 outs or maybe 1. We show it as 2. And they did just change it. No, they just changed it. We're good. And bluffs. DeLaurifiche back. Colton induces a swing and a miss. Into the glove.
Foul tip.
And signs. Colin, look, I wonder if we can go back. I wonder if we have it, guys. Something happened to Kevin Signs on that last play.
Took a foul tip.
I wonder if pretty good look of it here.
He is a tough cookie, man. I enjoy watching him play.
Foul tip into the glove, or do you maybe catch the thumb there, Coach?
I'm not sure. I'm not seeing what.
Well, let's see if we can look at it on the replay.
He's not leaving.
No, he's not going anywhere. Gives a thumbs up. Good.
Gotta get a T-shirt that says Kevin knows.
Two gone, bottom of the sixth. 5 runs across for the Pirates. In the home half of this inning, they lead it 9-2. 9 outs away from a date with El Camino, a rematch of today's winners bracket. It's the Warriors advance to championship Tuesday, needing to only win one for the title here in 2019. Sac City dispatching the defending state champs earlier this morning. That ball gets to the backstop. Two and one. Delora Fiche advances to third. The onslaught continues here, Coach.
Yeah, it's a tough stretch here for the Panthers, but they will handle it with class, and they'll look to use their outs to be productive.
2-1. Shot foul. They'll even it up. Deuce is wild.
And it's not like Orange Coast is driving the ball. They're putting the bat on the ball, or they're not allowed to based on the walks or the HBPs, but they're hanging tough. Pitchers get the ball in the right location, as Emery is often referred to throughout my time here, is that it's effective if you get it where you need to put it.
2-2, fouled off.
In spite of velocity or depth on your breaking ball or those kinds of things. So.
Yeah. Pirates looking to make an all-South final. Another one fouled back off of Heyman, off the bat of Murph Staley. See Davis to Laura Fiche. At third, that one into left field. It's a 10 spot on the game for the Pirates. 10-2.
One of the stranger score lines you'll ever see. 10 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Orange Coast 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Sac City. Runner goes.
There goes the runner. Signs. Pretty good throw, but the runner in. Pretty good jump.
Good delivery of the baseball, but Kevin had a great jump. I don't think they anticipate them running there, but Kevin did his job, straighten up through a strike, just beat the ball.
So Gentry now the batter. Staley showing off the speed. Stone bag, 1-0. This one lifted deep to center. Backing up is Daniel Sayer. But the damage done. We head to the 7th, 10-2. Orange Coast looking to move on. Championship Tuesday. Clary, your batter for the Panthers. A steep hill to climb now, trailing at 10-2, top of the 7th.
Nick staying aggressive. They're throwing first pitch fastball. He's right there competing, just like there was no score.
And Bones, I think right now, John Altobelli may be looking for a bit of gravy here. If he can get Sandham to finish this one off, it gives him that many more options with the necessity to win 2 games tomorrow if this score holds up.
Sandham at $110 here on pitch count. Don't know what his lid is. I don't know how deep he's been in the game, but it's quite a few. And you're right, he's got some room to play with, and just want to make sure that the young man stays healthy and effective.
Well, Cole Vandenhelder, 8 innings pitched on day 1 with the extra day of rest. You have to figure he's going to come into play.
Well, the third day would be a side day anyway. He's got Sunday, Monday.
Clary hits it well, but to right field.
He probably played catch today. He ran probably Sunday, played catch today. It would probably be, 30 pitch side, maybe flat ground work on Tuesday anyway. That would probably be his natural progression. So he's probably available. And again, he's got a smooth delivery and not a whole lot of effort. So I'm sure he could sneak back in there for 6-8 outs if he needed.
In a Game 7 situation, very likely. Remember a year ago we saw Kevin Kyle get the nod in Game 7, if memory serves. He didn't, I know that he pitched in Game 7 a lengthy bit.
I think he was on the mound for the last out. I'm not sure when he entered, but kind of the same situation.
David Sayre up. Top of the order. 1 gone in the top of the 7th. 8 outs away for OCC. Sandham behind 2-0. Coming up on 10 p.m. Pitch in there, strike 1 from Sandham.
Is it still Monday?
To be honest, I don't know what day of the week it is.
It is still here in the Pacific time zone.
I haven't known what day of the week it is since February.
Yeah.
What happens when you got a 2-year-old and a newborn?
You're a busy boy. Keeping that bowling average at 294. Trying to compete with Jeff and Poole.
Not too far off.
Running this organization.
Fresno Fats over here.
Fresno Fats.
It's a great name. You conjured up here, Bones. Tony Barbone, athletic director at Pasadena. Sayre. Fregosi. Not in time as Sayre with some serious wheels down the line. A pretty good look of it here on replay.
That ball got up into Fregosi's glove just a skosh, but not allowed to deliver on time.
Did not get it out in time, and we see it there. Sayre is safe. Bang, bang.
Still going 90.
That's close.
Well, they haven't put a hit or an error on the board yet for Sayre. I think David Silverstein maybe still making up his mind.
He's going Rochambeau in there for a hit. He just threw a hit up on the board.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, it looked like Fregosi had a little trouble getting the ball out of the glove. That's about all the time that Dan Sayre needs.
He didn't need much, does he?
No. Margin of error very thin.
You blink, he's safe.
Galati out to bat.
Let's go, Jerry. Train your pitch, Galati. What a great night.
0 for 3 today. It's not fielder's choice. Swing and miss. Big hack from Galati. 0-2. Well, remember what Emory Johnson said in our last game, around the 80 pitch mark. You're kind of warmed up.
Yeah.
Quoting Randy Johnson. Right now it's Sandham at 119 pitches.
And the bullpen is passive at this point.
0-2. Bullpens can tend to be a little bit more passive with an 8-run cushion.
There's some folks down there. They're wanting to know if they've been up this late since the prom.
So you talked about it earlier. 10 runs on 5 hits and only 1 error. Some big cooking numbers up there when you get the hit by pitches, the free 90s, walks. Ill afford to have that type of performance against the top team out of Southern California. Galati rung up by Sandem. Look at this paint job. Ends up off of the plate, but the mention is made of where the ball crossed the plate and to where it finished. Strike 1 on Signs.
He's liking that side of the plate all of a sudden. That extension side is more productive for him.
Yeah. Signs already with the home run today. Got 2 of them today. That one hit well over the short. Force at second. Over to Williams. The strand 1. 6 outs away. Pirates are from Tuesday. New pitcher for Sac City, Trevor Arntzen, freshman from Galt, California, Liberty Ranch High School. Jeffrey, what are the numbers?
12th appearance, no record, an ERA of 4, 9 innings, 11 hits, walked 5, struck out 2.
Morgan will lead things off for the Pirates with an 8-run cushion. Arntzen nearly hits Morgan. It'll be Morgan, Serrano, Fregosi this inning. Timeout called by Morgan. Oh, we got to get a shot of Tungus.
He's got a mask on now.
It's getting a little scary here after 10 o'clock. I think he was waiting until after 10 o'clock.
I think that's his version of the jacket.
Yeah,
I think they can hear me in the booth. Hey guys, can we get a shot on Keith over there? The 1-1 on Morgan. Foul back. There he is. Cool Keith.
It's like Nacho Libre mask or something, isn't it?
It really is. Going to come off the top rope.
So much for bringing that mask in as the rally mask. They have the lead. I guess that's we'll have to do something different.
The closeout mask.
If they need a company.
This wardrobe's spectacular. Game of Thrones had a runway model.
It's true. 1-2 on Morgan. Martin upstairs. Count evened up. That one hit well, but foul by Morgan. Two delivered low and away. Well, Coach, we keep on talking about how good this lineup is. Everybody's seemingly a tough out in the lineup for Orange Coast.
Absolutely. You don't win nearly 40 ball games unless you got a lineup up and down and a bench that's got depth. And all four of these teams have all that.
That one chopped over to second. Tough play. Ranging over by Walsh. Walsh won't have enough time to get Morgan at first. Well, Aaron Orozco certainly seemed to have a bit of an answer earlier today for El Camino. He also did himself some favors at the plate.
He had 3 knocks, drove in 3 runs, went 7 innings.
Went 7 innings, allowed 2 runs, and talk about doing it all. And Walsh really far up the middle on that one, has to go very far to his left to cut that ball off, and that's ultimately what gave the extra time for the infield hit.
But again, Walsh still laying out in this type of ball game where sometimes you get people taking pitches off, and again, credit to the Sac City staff and their players for competing.
Pinch hitter Javier Rosales coming in for Adam Serrano. Started off with a ball from Arntzen, excuse me. 2-0. They call him Arnie. That pitch just inside from Trevor.
Now they're going to correct it and say it's 2 balls and a strike. I thought one of the pitches earlier in the at-bat was called a strike. So 2-1 on the scoreboard.
2-2 now after the big swing and a miss from Rosales. Coach, I hear there is chatter about extending the game time tomorrow, the start time for game 1, or game 6 of the tournament, game 1 of day 3 tomorrow.
Well, as of the beginning of this game, the tournament committee had told me that it was still at 11 o'clock.
2-2, strike him out.
And I did
snap throw over to first.
I did pose the question, mostly because, you know,
not oftentimes see a 16-inning game.
The old color guy might need to snooze a little while, you know. I don't need to go Breakfast Club again.
Yeah, will they give us a vote on it? Because I'm sure we all show up to vote.
Well,
To be fair, I'd rather show up earlier.
Mike was in discussion in the powwow yesterday morning when it was raining.
I was privy to the discussion. I was not part of it. Let's be clear.
It's okay. You didn't trust me. You asked me to text you. I said I would. Then you show up, which doesn't show any confidence in me coming out of the bullpen.
Well, I had to be here. We had to pick up a piece of equipment.
That's all right. I don't take it personally.
No.
Dork. No, it's Jerry White, Paul Moore, and Mike Perez in total control of this tournament, along with the staff at Fresno City College. We trust them to make the best decision for the tournament, for the kids, the families that are traveling, and the hotel staffs that are on call. You know. So we shall see. Most checkout times are noon.
Most of them are.
I don't know where you are. You kind of go. You get your own rules there.
I know we have coffee. 1-2. Double play possible. Not in time. As Joey Fregosi able to reach in time and reach on a fielder's choice. Top of the order, Skylar Lamanchi. Now at batter.
Tough out, no matter what time of night it is.
It's a good pitch there from Arnson. To induce ground out to force. Lamanchi.
One shower and a cup of hot chocolate would be really good. In reverse order.
Take the hot chocolate in the shower.
Well, you got skills. You're balancing your son while you're bowling. I need that hand free to make sure I don't fall.
Just training myself, really.
That's right. It's good core work.
Working out those stabilizer muscles.
Stabilizing these M&Ms here the last few innings.
Pretty good. The peanut butter.
They're kind of the best.
Really are.
On a vanilla frozen yogurt. Try that.
Vanilla frozen yogurt?
With some peanut butter M&Ms.
Wow. How about a vanilla frosty? Did that get it done?
Yeah, you could shove them in there.
All right.
You know, like a Wendy's frosty?
I don't know another place that has a frosty. I know there is a Foster's Freeze. 1-1 in the right field. Base hit. Another one for Lamanchi on the day. First one in this ball game.
I think I've ever had a vanilla.
Yeah, brothers. Four on the
Snuck in a few chocolates my day. How about you, Jeffrey? You have an ice cream of choice?
Yeah, does Oreo shake count? I guess that's
Yeah,
That's
It's a smart man right
evidently
here.
not.
Absolutely.
I got to take it from ice cream to something else. But there's ice cream in there.
Cookies and cream. There you go. I like the what is it? The Sonic Blaster, Oreo Blaster with a hint of Butterfinger.
Oh, that's killer.
Pretty good.
Because you don't want to just go straight Butterfinger in there. It's got to be just a hint
Tell you what, I'm on
for the refined palate.
It's come with my last meal, that's for sure. 0-1
Well,
on Tommy Williams.
based on the pace of the day, you might be close to your last meal.
It's true. Keep on eating these hot dogs. If I had a dietary report on the weekend,
Not good.
I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch.
Your sodium might be up just a little bit.
Francis did call your insurance agent this week.
One foul back by Tommy. 2 gone, bottom of the 7th. 2 on. No numbers up there yet, but the big crooked ones in the 1st and the 6th have this a 10-2 ball game in favor of the Pirates from Orange Coast College, Costa Mesa, California. We're broadcasting live from Fresno, John Eulis Ballpark. The 0-2, chopped over to third. It's a nice play made by Joey Daini. to get the Panthers out of the bottom of the 7th. We head to the 8th. 8-run lead for Orange Coast. Top of the 8th. Score a massive 8-run lead for Orange Coast. Sandham has been terrific. 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. For the Panthers, and for Orange Coast, 10 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. 1 fouled back.
I think the thing that has to impress you about Sandham is he's been very good throughout, and he's been even better getting out of a couple of jams and really limiting the Panthers' opportunity to string hits together and maybe put together a big inning that could have got them all the way back.
I go back to that. After the home run, he was rattled, had 2 bad at-bats, and Tim Batts came out and talked to him. He's made 2 trips. He settled them both times, and the young man's responded.
You know, Coach, if memory serves, when Matz came out, Matt's pretty cool, calm, and collected guy. He was hot. He was heated. Yeah, looked like he had a couple of choice words for Sandham.
That I couldn't sense, but from my distance. But you have young eyes, I have old eyes, and
could be wrong.
But he knows his players. I mean, it's credit to maybe that's what he needs.
That
to
one
do.
Well struck. Going to get to the wall in deep center.
And TJ is
TJ Walsh.
Deep is part of the ballpark.
TJ Wheeler, excuse me.
For Wheeler, I want to say that's his first hit in the
tournament.
I was
just about to say he's off the mat.
Yeah, he gave it a real ride. That's the deepest part of the park, right there at the 400-foot sign.
Wheeler, now Walsh, excuse me. Now the batter. The Panthers looking for a crooked number of their own. They're in the top of the 8th. Got 6 more outs possibly in their season.
Another left-hander in the pen. That might be our buddy Inman.
Pitch in there from Sandham. Strike 1. Bit of a delayed strike call there, the coach.
A little bit of delay. Some fans they're funny.
Voicing their opinions. That pitch inside on Walsh.
Nice job by.
That's a great job by Lash. Behind the dish. Coach, you talked about good technique, getting up there quickly. Not making something out of nothing.
Rounding it off, keeping it centered. Foot lead, not glove leading. That's the technique you need out of a catcher.
1-1. Over the short. Bobbled by Fregosi. It's an error. Second one on the day for the Pirates. Was hit well, but indeed will be ruled an error. So first and third, nobody out.
And again, the base runner causing some problems for Fregosi. shields him on that ball.
We saw a base runner cause problems in the El Camino game for Hanoian at short. He's been replaced by Joey. Inman likely warming up. That one over the head of Sorelli. The DH struck out his last time up.
Wow, this young man's done an outstanding job. He's 130 pitches in.
Workhorse.
At 10:20 at night on a chilly eve in Fresno.
Chilly.
On about week 25 of the baseball season. That's some game right there.
That's some stamina, Holmes. Pitch outside. Sorelli, good eye on it. 2-0.
Credit to his conditioning. Credit to his preseason work. All the things you do to put yourself in this position to compete as long as you can.
The 2-0. Outside. Sandham can't find the plate right now.
And there is activity in the Pirate bullpen.
Lefty.
Could be Vince Inman.
Believe so. Ball 4. Bases loaded. Maimu Kobayashi. Now the batter come up with some big hits over the weekend. Part of the initial barrage earlier versus San Joaquin Delta.
Use Jeff's term, if he gets a ball in the outfield here safely. Got a reboot.
Panthers fan base coming alive. They're in the top of the 8th, and this one will get to the outfield. 1 run will score. 10-3. Coach, was it last year?
I think you're going the Grossmont right-hander?
No, I'm going last year. I believe it was a huge rally by Sac City to make it to day 3 over El Camino in the nightcap.
That may be historical input.
Let's check the archives. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll come back in a moment
Great job.
and give you the particulars. Vince Inman now on the mound for the Pirates, coming into a bases-loaded jam in the top of the 8th. Already 1 run in. Joey Daini, who has hit the ball hard today. As Bones steals my peanut butter M&Ms.
3 of them.
Went for the hat trick early. Inman goes off speed on strike 1.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
You're very welcome, my friend. Well, Stoy, what were the numbers earlier for Inman?
We'll get to those in one moment.
Oh, 1. Another beauty off speed on Daini, 0-2.
Inman making his 3rd appearance of the tournament, his 20th appearance overall, an ERA of 1.25 with a 4-0 record.
I suspect the numbers are very similar.
Yeah, that was coming into today, and I believe he threw a scoreless inning earlier, so
ERA probably
slightly.
drop, yeah. 0-2, hit back up the middle. It's a base hit. This is going to score at least 1. They will hold 3rd. Sorelli at 3rd. Bases loaded. Now 2 runs across. It's a crooked number for the Panthers in the top of the 8th. 6 outs left in their season, but hold on. Nick McClary.
Sac City continues to have something to say about every game they're in.
And they are a special group. They will not go quietly into this Memorial Day good night. Inman off the mark on ball 1. Marathon of a day, boys.
Yep.
16 innings for San Joaquin Delta and Sac City in game 1. The old-fashioned way, with Elko moving on to Championship Tuesday in game 2. This one back up the middle into center field. Another base hit, another run scored. 3 across now in the top of the 8th. It's 10-5.
And still nobody out.
Hung a breaking ball, and Inman gets caught with the hand in the cookie jar. It's a nice job by McClary, laying back on one.
Here's where you just gotta, Daniels, settle down. Just keep having quality at bats. If you take them 90 feet at a time, that's okay.
Activity in the bullpen. For OCC, top of the order, Dan Sayer, now the batter. And things getting interesting here, John Eulis. First pitch on Sayer, strike 1. It's a fiery bunch here, Coach.
Yes.
Saw a conversation earlier today between Paul Moore, Jerry White, and Coach Sullivan. It was a heated conversation, but just trying to get his points across. This one lifted to right. Long run over for Delora Fiche. Tagging is Kobayashi. He will score 10-6. First and third. It's a nice run over by Davis.
And his reverse pivot throw to second base was on the money, a la Yasiel Puig.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that throw.
Did. We didn't catch it on camera, but we did see it.
I'm here to tell you it was pretty doggone good. don't need no Steve.
Don't need no glasses either. Lash. Giving out directions on the situation. First and third, one out. Now just a ground ball away from getting out of the inning. 4 runs across in the top of the 8th for the Panthers from Sac City. It's a big swing and a miss for Anthony Galati. Kevin Sines on deck.
Ian Galati's going to have to hit the ball on the other side of the plate, which they've been throwing to him all day over there.
The 0-1 in there, strike 2. It tails away from the left-handed batter, Coach, and that's been a pretty consistent call all day.
Umpire's been on that side of the plate.
Well, if anything, you want the home plate ump to be consistent. He's pretty consistent on that one. 0-2. That one lifted to center. Lamanchi makes the play. Another run will tag. 5 across. 10-7.
And there's a smell of a comeback here.
There is.
And the ever-present Kevin Sines is here. It's the guy they want up.
Like to maybe have one more on base.
I'd like to have Kevin up right now if he's
With,
on my club.
2 home runs on the day, one versus San Joaquin Delta that extended the season for Sac City. A 2-run shot in the bottom of the 7th to tie it up at 6-all, force extras to eventually win it in 16 for the Panthers. Had a home run back in the 4th, couple of strikeouts today. 1-0, he's ahead. That one in there, strike run from Inman. A day of redemption for the sophomore catcher, Kevin Sines. 1-1. Foul back. Out in front of that one.
You know, when he hit his bomb, he was a little bit out in front. The first bomb, I should say, the game-tying bomb. He's out in front, kind of one-handed. It'd be so strong and physical.
There's no flag out in center. Flag at rest. No wind, excuse me. It's late. 1-2 high. It was swirling earlier. The ball has carried exceptionally well here, Coach, throughout the weekend.
It has pretty well. It's been it was swirling early on Saturday. Okay, it's been a little calmer.
Deuce is wild. Sines. That's off of the pitcher. Quick throw over in time. The Pirates are out of it, but they give up 5 in the top of the 8th. Perhaps some insurance seeking in the bottom half of this inning. The Pirates 3 outs away from Tuesday. De La Refouche. Trying to get that name right all weekend.
It'll take a while. That is an entire weekend to get right name.
That's tough because we hear one pronunciation in the booth and then we get another one from the coach. This is not just about Davis. We're talking about multiple players. Kevin Sains being one of them.
Yeah, we try to get the from the teams themselves, and even that sometimes we get a different pronunciation than someone else says to us. And I know that's one of the big goals, is to try and get every name right. And, unfortunately, many times we're not able to get every name right.
But we appreciate how gracious everyone's been in the chat about trying to get it right. 10-7, bottom of the 8th. The Pirates 3 outs away. De La Refouche. You get that right, Star?
De La Refouche.
Fouls that one back. 1-1.
If this were a team that we covered on a daily basis, we would have settled on a shorter nickname for Davis a long time ago.
Call him D squared.
Right?
I like
It'd
it.
be something big. We got to shorten this up a little.
Could think of one way to go, but probably not going to be very popular amongst some of the listeners. 1-1, fouled off again from Davis. I like D squared. It's pretty good. I like your hat.
Since it looks just like yours.
That's why I like it.
Left mine in the hotel.
Compliments of the 3C2A championship staff. Thank you.
Paul Moore, Jerry White.
Mike Perez. George.
1-2, struck him out. Arnie.
This is
Trevor Arntzen rings up Davis. De La Refouche. De La Refouche.
This is a different pitcher, sports fans. It's Tyler Adge.
Thank you, sir.
Adge, A-D-G-E.
48. Freshman from Sacramento. Jesuit High School.
It's come out pretty firm.
Yeah. Showing off a little fuzz. Lash, the batter. Catching here today. It's been Todd Jackson behind the dish. First 2 games for Orange Coast. 1-1 now on Lash. Ad's just trying to make this a quick inning. Get the leadoff man off. That one given a ride.
Good stroke by Tyler, well positioned. Kobayashi.
Making quick work of it. So just like that, 2 up and 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Staley. Timeout called. John Altobelli is going to come over, have a conversation here. I wonder if he sees something here, Coach.
Well, my guess is, as a coaching move, you get one offensive timeout and they get a chance to get their pitcher hot. That comes in and takes a strike.
If anything, it's a bit of gamesmanship from Coach Altobelli in the 27th season at Orange Coast. Trying to heat up the pitcher, but at the same time trying to quell the momentum that we saw for the Panthers in the top of the 8th.
Well, we've had, what, 3 pitches and 2 outs?
Yep.
I like 7 pitches and 2 outs.
Close enough.
Not really for the 7s right there. I didn't look at it. But that might be part of it. Take a strike, extend the inning. Maybe not.
Staley into left field. 2-out single for Murph. Bring up Gentry. Nice approach there. I think Adge was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, shoved the ball down the middle, which is what he should have done, trying to get his team back in the dugout. And again, I'm speculating on what that was about, but this right-hander comes rolling out of the pen, then speculation becomes confirmation.
First pitch on Gentry outside, a ball. $11 a.m. tomorrow. El Camino awaits the winner. What was an 8-run cushion, now a 3-run cushion for the Pirates in the bottom of the 8th with a man up. 2 gone. That one opposite way, foul.
It's nearly 12 hours away.
Nearly.
We started in this booth nearly 13 hours ago.
Don't
Okay,
remind
let's think
me.
of it this way, Bones. With all this fresh air, we're going to sleep like babies tonight.
Fresh air in Fresno. How often can you say that?
I might need to be swaddled, though. That's okay.
I'm an expert at it now,
yeah,
Coach.
you're a professional dad at this point.
1-1 fouled off. Let's stay in play. No.
I don't know how to do it. I just know it's a thing.
It is.
You got skills?
I did until about the 2-month mark, and then my youngest is a little bit too strong for the swaddle now. He hulks out. Hulks out of his swaddle. Gets that right hand free.
Got to wrap him up tight like a burrito.
Don't want to do it too tight for obvious reasons. 1-2 on Gentry. Adge. Badlin. Dirties that one up.
Nice job by the Sac City catcher once again.
Deuce is wild yet again. Adge will go back to work. So will Keith, the super fan. 2-2 again. Called off.
Keith is demasked right now.
Mask is taking a break, taking 5. It's probably up in the booth on the face of Emery Johnson.
Speaking of working.
Could be a superstitious thing. We saw the mask and then we saw a 5-run rally for Sac City.
True that.
Might not see that thing again. Adge. Checking Staley. Staley back safely. Potential 2-1 tomorrow for El Camino, Coach. You're familiar with them, having played in the South Coast Conference alongside with them.
Good club, good representative of the conference, down the south.
There goes the runner. 2-2 outside, signs a little bit late. Tag not there from McClary.
Another good jump. Orange Coast knows how to run the bases, I'll tell you that.
Staley, for Staley, is that his second stolen base today? Pitch looked pretty close on replay, but it's a full count. Full count. Into right field. Hit well. but tracked down by Galati. And perhaps the final 3 outs of the season for Sac City coming up. We head to the 9th, 10-7 Pirates. Wheeler going to lead things off for Sac City. Their final hoorah potentially came back from a 2-run deficit in bottom of the 7th versus the defending state champs, eventually dispatching San Joaquin Delta in 16 innings. Might they find some magic here? Game 5 of the 2019 3C2A Baseball Championship from Fresno. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone. Bones, Jeff Stoynoff with you throughout the weekend.
And it's Vince Inman who will head back out to the mound and try and finish it off for the Pirates.
Wheeler, Walsh, Sorelli. Wheeler with a double his last time up.
If you're John Altobelli in this situation in that Orange Coast dugout, the only thing you can't stand to see here is a leadoff walk.
Well, trending in that direction behind 2-0. Inman grooves one over to second. Knocked down. Nice play made. Is that Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy Williams.
Tommy Williams. He switched between second and first throughout the weekend. Jerry White checking in on the booth. Give him the thumbs up.
Man, Jerry's had a long day working out here too.
He really has.
Keep track of.
2 outs away.
If you're Inman here, Michael, in this situation, you just got to be in the zone, make them hit it and play.
Walsh, now the batter, off speed in there, strike one. Bones back to the booth. 0-1, fouled back, 0-2.
Just making sure my car wasn't towed.
Or hit with a couple balls.
It said no parking after June. So I'm all right.
I figure at this stage, considering how long we've been here, they might have thought your car was abandoned. They taken to the pound.
Yeah, they were hooking it up, but I told
abandoned
them
like
I
a
told them
melon
I
patch
knew
kid.
you too, and they were like, "No, wait a minute. Okay, you know those two dudes?"
Sir, this car's been here for a month. We have to take it.
No boot on there yet. 1-2 on Walsh. Off speed. Right back to Inman. What a play.
Wow.
We'll see that on several angles, I'm sure. Watch the cat-like reflexes of Vince Inman. Look at that. Boom. Back at you.
Thank God it was above his head.
2 gone. Sorelli Now the batter. Nice pitch off speed in there for strike one. And then hung a curve. Last time out in the 8th. Got him into trouble. Back at the fastball. Sorelli ahead of it. Fouls it off 0-2. Sac City, the Panthers, runner-up a year ago, now down to their final strike in 2019. Inman delivers and hits Sorelli. So a stay of execution. Here comes Mayumo Kobayashi.
Still just a 3-run game. Potential tying run on deck. The Panthers can put one more base runner on.
Coach Matz will head to the mound. Are we going to have a pitching change? Motion to center field, maybe?
Right field.
Right field.
B squared.
De La Refouche. I get that right still?
I think you got it.
Davis will come in to shut the door. Inman comes off. Escorted to the dugout by pitching coach Tim Matz. We'll get to the particulars when we come back at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Davis, De La Refouche now on the mound, in from right field. Jeffrey, what are the numbers on Davis?
De La Refouche making his 17th appearance, a record of 1-1, 4 saves, an ERA of 3.86.
He's flashed the arm in right. Puts that one into the dirt. What'd you see during the warm-up, Coach?
It looked like he had good arm strength, and then that looks like
a little bit of an overthrow.
Yeah, spiked fastball. Looks like he's natural up there.
Well, he's in the cannon arm position in right field.
Yeah, he is.
So.
He's made some tremendous throws from there. He's got some arm strength. Let's see what his effectiveness is here.
Could use a spiked drink to put me to sleep. 1-0. And Kobayashi, that one fired in, strike one.
Pretty good fastball right there. Not necessarily a fastball you want to see at 11 o'clock at night.
Fuzzy is what Kevin Kyle would have called that one.
If you're Kobayashi, you're just trying to get on any way you can here and bring the potential tying run to the plate.
Absolutely.
1-1 on Moo. Just missing on the outer half. Davis can't believe it. Kobayashi ahead 2-1. 2 outs. Sorelli at first after the hit batsman. That one tailing away for the new right fielder. First and third. 2 outs. And the Panthers trying to claw their way back here in the top of the ninth. Inside out action from Mu Kobayashi. Going the opposite way, tailing away. And right. Looks like Lamanchi moved over to right field.
Could have brought Gentry in, who's the DH, play the outfield and go straight 9, but we didn't get that update.
Did not hear it from the booth. So Joey Daini, as we mentioned earlier, has hit the ball hard today. Started off with ball 1. And the day just won't end here in Fresno.
Yeah, Sac City is ready to go another 16 innings if they need to.
If need be. Well, if you're a follower of the Sac City baseball program, you have to be incredibly proud of the performance they put on today on day 2 of the 2019 3C2A Baseball Championship. A little revenge from last year, going runner-up to San Joaquin Delta. They take care of them via the comeback victory in 16 innings in game 1 today. Now taking on the loser of the winner's bracket game, Orange Coast, top seed from Southern California, a rematch of day 1. Game they dropped 6-1. They fall behind 10-2, put up 5 in the top of the 8th, now down by 3. Tying run at the plate. That one fouled back on the 2-0 pitch to Joey Daini.
Joey not getting cheated here. I mean, that would have been a good spot to make him throw a strike, but got a pitch to drive. It's 2-1, still a little bit of a cheat count.
Sorelli at third, Kobayashi at first. 9 hits on the evening for the Panthers. Nick McClary on deck. Should Daini reach. 2-1. Outside ball 3. That's awfully close. I wonder if we can see it again.
I think if De La Refouché doesn't get Daini here, you absolutely need to make a mound trip to calm him down a little bit. It's a little bit of a tight strike zone, and I think it's in his head right now a little bit.
That's definitely off the plate.
It's off the plate.
This job by Last trying to frame that up, but clearly off. Now 3-1.
I think Lash knows it's out. He's telling the umpire, you know, missed it. My guys are just passionate. We're 19, 20 years old. We're hormonal and excited to be here, and we know, you and I know it's out. Hitter knows it's out. Here we go again.
D squared looks in, 3-1. Swing and a miss. Daini getting his money's worth.
Swung at ball 4 there.
He did.
He did. And again, the Panthers down possibly to their final strike in 2019. First and third, 2 gone. Full count. Moments that you live for as a player.
Now you got to cover that outside part. That extension side has been his favorite. Force him down. Keep competing.
3-2. This one lifted to center. Looks like it's playable. Orange Coast through to tomorrow. The season ends for Sac City, a runner-up a year ago. They placed third in this year's tournament. A terrific season yet again And Orange Coast will make it an all-South battle. El Camino tomorrow at 11 a.m. If there are any changes, we will let you know via our Twitter at SoCal College SPO, on our website www.socalcollegesports.com. You can watch this broadcast in its entirety on the archive copy on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. I think that'll wrap it up. Bones, any last words?
How about good night?
Well said.
I like it. That'll do it for us here at SoCal College Sports. For Jeff Stoynoff, for the entire group here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, Scott Buckley, and of course, our partner in crime, Tony Barbone Bones. I'm Mike Spedis signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.